All right, it's Bob Ross from Bob Ross Down Under. All right, I haven't been on this show for a while, and oh bloody hell, it's so difficult, you know. I'm the Thunder Down Under, and it's so hard to tell the difference between a Kiwi accent, an Australian accent, and a British accent. What the hell is the difference? They all came from the same country. They all came from Britain in the beginning. Kiwi means New Zealander. And the Canadians, do they sound the same? Not really. This is a Canadian accent. And how is it different from an American accent? It depends upon what part of America you're from. But generally speaking, what I find is in America, Americans don't talk like Hollywood movies or the news. It's funny, they watch Hollywood movies and they watch the news, but they speak in their local dialect. It's very strange. All right, now what else do we want to talk about? Well, Bob Ross is one of my characters, and my accents. I don't know. I can't do accents right now. I'm terribly sorry. So forget about it. Okay, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about Abraham. Who is Abraham? Well, you probably. I got my watch to beep. Abraham. You might have heard of Abraham Hicks. It's very popular, sort of pseudo spiritual thing. I'm looking at their website here on YouTube. Abraham Hicks. Will it come in? There you go. Abraham Hicks. It says 427,000 subscribers. That's not enough subscribers. I thought they'd have more than that. But among people that sort of follow people on YouTube, I heard of Abraham Hicks many years ago. And this one, they were talking about how does Source see natural disasters. So Source is kind of the new way that people call what used to be called God. They just changed the word because I think God has got a lot of religious connotations and it's got a lot of negativities, It's like, the Baptist church with fire and brimstone and you're going straight to hell. So instead of using the word God, they use source, and then they bypass people's fears about anything to do with church and religion and the Roman Catholic Church and the Vatican and Muslim terrorists and Jewish Kabbalah, all of these things that are maybe, I don't know, all these different religions that most modern day people consider them to be cults. So instead of using the word God, Abraham Hicks uses the word source. And what is source really? Well, I don't know. For Abraham Hicks, I don't know if they ever explain it. I'm not going to watch 10,000 Abraham Hicks videos to tell you what they think. I always go with what I use a lot on this channel, Dr. David R. Hawkins. And Dr. David R. Hawkins, that's this little fellow right here. Focus. Oh well, I can't get it to focus. I'm terribly sorry. And anyway, Dr. Hawkins talks about there being source fields. Now, if you've ever heard of David Wilcock, he talks about source fields in his books, Synchronicity Key and Ascension Mysteries. But Dr. Hawkins is more rigorous than David Wilcock in that what does rigor mean? He's more detailed. And is he perfect? No, he ain't perfect. But is David Wilcock perfect? No. Who's more perfect? I still go with David Hawkins because David Wilcock stuff to me it seems I don't know. I've done a lot of watching Wilcox videos and um, Stinky. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you look up David R. Hawkins, he the internet skewers people all the time, and he's listed on a website that's called Quack Watch. A quack is he's listed as a psychiatrist, a medical doctor, and a quack is a medical doctor that is incompetent. David Wilcock, I don't even know if he has any advanced education whatsoever. Best as I can remember is he said that he used to be a big-time pot smoker. I don't know. Anyway, Abraham Hicks, Abraham Hicks is a woman that she channels. Now, channeling is when your personality gets pushed out of the way and someone else's personality drops in. And this personality is a non-physical entity known as Abraham. And what is, okay, well, I don't know. I'm going to go to Dr. David R. Hawkins and what source fields are. Source fields are very low vibrational source fields that could be like apathy, depression, grief, and then they can go up to courage. They could go to unconditional love, peace, enlightenment. So it's just at each one of these source fields, there are ideas associated with it, and there are feelings, or kind of like emotional feelings. So if you're at the level of peace, what are you going to feel like? I just got a really good massage and I'm so relaxed. That's what we think peace is going to feel like. It's going to feel like that. And what's going to be going on thinking in your head? I'm not thinking about anything. I am just, I just feel so good. It's just a good feeling without a lot of thoughts going on here at all. It's mostly just, wow, that was great. Whereas if you're in depression, your body is going to feel sick. Your heart might be racing, high anxiety, and the thoughts in your head are a lot of fear thoughts, worry. My head just keeps giving me worry thoughts. I can't calm down. I might be hyperventilating. So, that's a different source field. So when Abraham Hicks says, what does source think about natural disasters? It's going to depend upon what level of consciousness or which source field you're tied into. So if you're tied into peace, what is source going to think about natural disasters if you're in a state of peace? In other words, you just had a massage. Let's see, I'm just going to relax, do some breathing. Let's see, now, natural disasters. Well, the first thing I thought about with disaster was Fukushima, which was a tidal wave came in, a tsunami. Okay, well, what does peace think about Fukushima? I'm not getting any thoughts at all. I'm just at peace. It's not a worry. Now, if I put myself in a state of panic, okay, I'm going to have to act like this because I don't feel panicked. Holy smokes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you hear the Fukushima, Japan? Oh my God. Oh my God. The tsunami hit it and it blew nuclear waste everywhere. Oh, nuclear waste everywhere. And it's washing into the ocean and it's getting into the salmon. And I buy salmon at the supermarket. I mean, I'm going to get radiation from Fukushima in me and I'm going to start turning green. I'm going to glow green. Oh my God. Okay. So that's basically a different source field. Someone wants to know, while you're acting, do you ever feel like what you just had? In the past, I have felt that way. Yes, naturally. Well, is it natural? Mm, this is a deep question. This is not a simple question. Can you naturally feel high anxiety? Most people would say yes, because they've felt it without anything, like they didn't drink too much coffee. Some people say if you drink too much coffee, it can give you like the jitters, it's like, oh, my heart's beating. It was too much caffeine. No, it could be just a period of time where you feel like super anxious, or you might have super bad depression. Are those natural? Most people would say, yeah, it just happens to so many people. It must be natural. And the real answer is no, it's not natural. What's going on? We live on planet Earth, and planet Earth is what's planet Earth got to do with source fields? The collective consciousness of humanity is what we're talking about. And that gets talked a lot about in Dr. Hawkins' books. Collective consciousness. So you might have the collective consciousness of you and your family environment. You might have the collective consciousness of your geographic area. You might have it for your, let's just go with the whole planet, okay? The whole planet. And coming from world history, if you go back and remember world history, well, in the 1900 to 2000, what happened? We had lots of wars. We had World War One. We had World War II, where they dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan. Then we had the Korean War. Then we had the Vietnam War. Then we had Middle East wars. There was wars that Israel fought against the Arabs. Then there were Afghanistan war between Afghanistan and the former Soviet Union, or now known as Russia. We had a war between the Irish and Great Britain in Northern Ireland. What else did we have? We had the war in Kosovo, which was the former Yugoslavia. We had a war in Iraq 2 times, Iraq and Kuwait, and then the Americans versus Iraq. We had horrible genocides. So in Cambodia, we had the Khmer Rouge that went around killing people like crazy. Going back to World War II, we had concentration camps where the Nazis put a lot of people. This is known as the Holocaust, where, Jews were killed. What else did we have? We had the Great Leap Forward in China. This was starving the people. We had a similar thing in the Ukraine under the Soviet Union. Joseph Stalin starved the Ukrainian people. It's just endless, horrible, horrible, horrible history. And that was just, from 1900 to 2000, we're, 2020 now. So the collective consciousness of humanity has been a nightmare. And your afflictions of depression and high anxiety are tied in to this because there's a lot of humans that have gone through this. Please subscribe and tune in for more. Thank you.